Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Deadwood, South Dakota for Kool Deadwood Nites. This multi-day event is held right here in the Black Hills, and I'm telling you, there's a lot going on and some killer cars. Let's get around to check out a few of these Deadwood rides. Lee, great to see you again, man.
Dennis, it's always a pleasure, my good friend.
You put on a heck of a show this year.
You know, it's been a great show, no doubt about it. You know, a lot of the best cars that we've seen. It's been a fantastic year.
Man, the quality. I mean, there's people come here to show off some pretty high dollar cars.
Oh boy, howdy, do they ever. And, you know, and it's the Wild West. It's not necessarily what Wild Bill would have thought. But I think he'd be appreciative of the efforts of some of these folks.
I would think so, yeah. And what a beautiful weekend too, man. I mean, this is just, the weather's been stunning. Because it can get toasty here, but it's just been perfect. Yeah. So how many cars do you think you had this year?
You know, we were over 700, and those are only the registered cars. But a lot of folks, they might not want to, you know, get into the judging, but they still want to be part of it. So they're going to show up and they're going to show off what they got, and you know, there was easily over 1,000 cars running around
Well,
town.
you got all these different venues too. I mean, you know, we're downtown right now, but the rodeo grounds is a big venue for this place. And then there's parking lots all over the place that are running, you know, a bunch of other shows, basically.
Absolutely. You know, the main show is right here downtown, but you get to all these other locations, and everybody takes part in Kool Deadwood Nites. That's what makes it such a great community event. It brings a lot of people to town, but everybody embraces it. And I mean, it's definitely a citywide event.
Well, it's a cool town, you know, in a great setting. I mean, you're in the Black Hills, for Pete's sake. I mean, it's beautiful up here.
Right. And you know, I might be a little bit biased, but you know what? Deadwood is a pretty fantastic town. We bring some cars and we bring a lot of great folks into town.
Yeah, you do. And you know, I mean, like I say, there's some really, really fine stuff here. So this is your 23rd year?
Yep, we've been doing this for 23 years, and you know what started as 12, 14 cars on Main Street. I mean, we've grown. It grew a bit. It grew a little bit.
Yeah,
right.
It's a blast, man. I've had a blast. Well, you know, it's a lot going on. You've been a busy man, hard to track down. Let's look at a couple cars before we have to leave. What do you say?
That sounds great to me.
Let's go, man.
All right.
Well, Tyler, this is an absolute showstopper, man. You know, there's a lot of nice cars here. I'm tooling around. Camaro, okay. Whoa. I mean, this 69 Camaro, almost unrecognizable. Body mod wise, where do you even start? What all did you do?
We widened the whole car. Part of it we cut on the tops of the fenders, and then we would go and we reshaped the whole side panels of the quarter panels and extended the body lines all out into the doors just to give it that real aggressive look.
When you widened these, and you did it here, did you just put a fill piece in?
Yep, we just pretty much cut it all the way back into the door about from here, then just made that shape how we wanted. And this whole hood's all hand built out of aluminum, so that way we can extend it all the way up, along with pull it backwards a little bit and build the cowl shape that we actually wanted.
I mean, she's sitting down pretty far. Is it on air? Or?
It's all on coilover suspension. It's all Detroit Speed Engineering suspension, front and rear.
And then the flush mount windshield looks really good. What's that from?
Oh, this is actually a factory Camaro windshield, both front and rear. We just build the body out around it.
What you did in here is just as spectacular. My goodness, your shift setup. Explain that to me.
So that's a Lenco transmission. It's their street version, so it's actually kind of more geared for drag racing.
Great job on the dash. I like how you reformed all that.
We just kind of wanted a more modern look on the whole interior. There's actually a whole hidden roll cage in the whole car. We just didn't put the door bars in it.
What's this material here in the dash?
That's leather. It's just a perforated leather. So it's all just dark brown chocolate with that perforated leather.
And then kind of a mouse for
yeah,
headliner?
and a suede headliner.
Oh, jeez, it's beautiful. Even your belt brackets are just, I mean, the level of detail in this car, Tyler, is spectacular.
Yeah, we really tried to give her our best on this one.
So back here, you mean, kind of Camaro, what else anything back here that you did, special touch?
This whole rear panel, we actually sunk it into the car.
Yeah.
And then we built a whole spoiler. Then down on the bottom side, there's kind of a whole diffuser thing, so the exhaust is actually exiting here.
Oh, I see.
And then there's full belly pans under the whole car. So when you look under the car, all you see is half the exhaust.
Now, I can only imagine what's under the hood. Let's go look.
All righty.
Wow. So a Jenkins competition, what'd you say, 572?
Yep, 572, 750 horsepower, all carbureted. Has air conditioning, has all the bells and whistles on it.
Pumping out what kind of horsepower?
750 horsepower.
750 horsepower?
Yeah.
this is all just venting for brakes?
Yeah, that's
and
all
stuff?
venting, mainly for brakes and just to keep the engine heat moving out of the car. The bottom of the hood follows the scoops on the inside. That way they can force the air right into the carburetor through the scoop.
It's just unbelievable. So 1969 Camaro, but holy cow, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing it out. Well, Alex, this is really cool. You know, I like Corvairs, and then the Corvair pickup is such a weird vehicle to begin with. This is a 1961, model 95?
Corvair 95 Loadside.
Loadside. That's what's unique to me because I think of the ramp side.
Yeah.
It's a cool color. What'd you go with?
2007 Chevy Avalanche Sunburst Orange. And then it's a 2013 Ford Tuxedo Black.
And man, there's a lot of rainbow flakiness. I mean, this thing in the sunlight, this thing's really, this is a really cool looking vehicle.
Oh yeah.
And I like the wheels too. They match really well. What are those?
Vision Legends. They're 17s.
Man, so the interior you tricked up, is that the original seat frame or not?
It's the original seat frame. It's just been reupholstered. It's been high density foam put in it. Headliner, door panels.
That's really nice. Yeah, those trick door panels too. Wow, man. I like how you did the steering wheel, you know, in your two colors. That's great, man. This thing is really cool. Does it get a lot of, you know, looks and when you take it to a show, do people dig this thing?
It double looks.
No,
There's
double
people,
looks.
I mean, you drive past and people just, they take a look, like just yesterday during the road rally. Right in the middle of Sturgis, some guy jumped off his motorcycle and he says, hey, stop.
I gotta take a picture, right?
And he took a few pictures and we're blocking the whole entire road rally. So.
Now, is this a custom cover
it's
here?
complete custom cover. It's an 8.5-foot bed.
So where did the term Loadside come from, though?
It's not a ramp side, so you can't drop down that ramp. So everything's had to be loaded by the side, and you also have the back tailgate there like a normal truck.
So being Corvair, the engine's back here.
In the back, yep. There's a little service hatch right here where I can check the oil.
Oh,
There's the oil filter and everything.
And this is the original tailgate setup, though?
Yep, that's the original tailgate setup.
All right, and this would be it here?
Yep, this is it right here. So you just flip this back.
That sure looks like a Corvair.
Yep.
Have you done anything to the engine?
The original motor was 145 cubic inch, and it's been machined out a little bit to put a long stroke late model motor, so it's 164 cubic inch, and it's got 110 horse, where the stock motor will only be about a 95 horse.
They all had the two carbs?
The trucks, yes, but there is people that put the 140s, which is 4 carbs, but they have to do some type of intake system for it, but I just kind of like to keep it somewhat original, so.
1961, model 95, Loadside Corvair pickup.
Yep.
Man, that's a sweet ride.
Thank you.
Very cool. Well, Gary, this is a really pretty car. I've been here for a few days and I saw you rolling around. The thing looks great on the street. It's a 57 DeSoto Firedome. Right.
Yes.
We usually start at the front of a car, but what I love about this car is the back of it. I mean, these fins are so ridiculous. And this was all chrome from the factory?
Yes.
It blings back here. Well, now, originally, the exhaust would have come out here, right?
That's correct.
Which was not a particularly good idea. And they all rotted right here, right?
And it rotted underneath.
Well, it's wise that you brought them out underneath, and you've obviously had all this re-chromed.
I have.
Now, and the color's real pretty too. Is that a stock combo?
It is. This is Sahara Tan and Spice Brown Metallic.
It's a 4-door post with a real interesting back window too that really wraps around. Was that probably only for this model?
Well, they did this in 58.
Oh, they did, eh?
And 59s. There are some interchangeable.
Oh, that's great.
But they had to be a 4-door sedan.
Because the 2 doors wouldn't do that. Well, now this looks like it's almost aluminum, is it?
It is.
Really?
It is.
And was that originally aluminum?
Yes.
Around the door?
Yes.
This has to have been redone, but it looks like original fabric.
It is.
I like, it's almost a brocade. I've always loved that. And really, your door panels are real pretty too. You got the push-button torque light on it?
I do, yep. That's the 488A.
I like that radio too. You can really see the numbers on that baby.
That was like a $120 option back, in 1957.
Wow, that's expensive. So this is a Firedome. She's got a Hemi, right?
It does.
Well, let's go look at that.
Okay.
Well, that's a DeSoto Firedome 8.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And this is the original to this car?
It is. The only thing that isn't original is I did change the manifold to a 4-barrel manifold. So that came off a Fireflight.
So this thing, did it originally have a 2-barrel manifold? With a Hemi?
With the Hemi.
Wow, I'm
and
surprised
and those are rated at 270 horsepower.
Man, beautiful car. So 1957 DeSoto Firedome. 4-door post. Nice car. Gary, thanks for bringing it out, man.
Thank you.
Well, Dean, this is a really cool setup here, and what caught my eye, of course, was the engine. But you've done so much work here, and you've engineered all of this stuff, right?
Yes, I have.
So explain this engine to me, because this thing's crazy.
Well, we race in a vintage class, so you have to start with a 4-cylinder American-made engine from up to 34. So I go with a Model B Ford motor.
Okay.
The crank is out of a Hercules diesel that I remanufactured because it's got 5 mains in it.
And it fit?
Well, no. You make it fit.
Well, no.
But I made a girdle so I could put 2 more mains on it. So I got a 5-main bearing bottom end now instead of a 3-main bearing bottom end.
Okay.
The overhead is all handmade out of billet aluminum chunks that I just machined.
Did you design the overhead setup?
Yeah.
Wow.
The front drive is out of a quad 4 Pontiac. Originally we had the distributor here, but it wouldn't fit.
Right.
So I went down to the junkyard and found one that turned the other direction, and I made a belt drive. This is a Hillborn pump drive, and I just put an Allen in the bottom of it and put it into the hex on the Hillborn.
And it worked.
And it works fine.
Water pump?
Well, that's off a 6-cylinder Ford.
But that's what it is, right?
Yep. And then I blocked it off here and made a manifold here because I pull water out in the back, middle, and in the front, and I put it in on the other side in the back, middle, and front so that the rear cylinders gets cooling.
So are you running Webers on this
thing? Each throat runs a cylinder.
Oh, it does? Yeah. Oh, so are these like big thin Buick drums?
Yep, I just repatterned them for 5.5-inch Ford.
Did you do the headers?
A friend of mine had a set of fender well headers for a 454 that he could use. So this is 1/2 of them. We had to remodify them a little, but they were pretty close, so they fit.
And then you can run the cutouts.
Yeah, run the cutouts, and then we ran a stainless steel with a little muffler so we can drive it on the street.
And how about the cab itself?
The cab's a 26T that we found in a field last summer, and had been in the dirt so long, the back corner was all rotted out, the door bases were rotted out. Had a big dent here, had a couple bullet holes in it.
Of course. Your interior is kind of interesting too, because I think the first thing that catches my eye is this B&M shifter up here.
It's right up where I can just move my arm. I don't have to move my whole shoulder to shift.
All the comforts of home.
That's right.
So you had to put a lot of metal back into this, right?
Yep. And these fenders we just found at a swap meet a couple years ago for 15 bucks. We don't even know if they're off. And then the trunk is just fuel cell and a battery. That's all it is.
Dean, this thing is a kick. I mean, and the work you've done on this is just amazing.
Well, thank you.
It's just a great piece of engineering. Dean, fantastic work.
I appreciate meeting you, and you're a good guy.
Hey, you're not bad yourself. Jerry, I love COEs, and this is a really nice one.
Well, thank you.
I think you've done a great job on this. It's just got a great look. It looks like a lot of fun, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Did you build it?
Yeah, I did everything except the paint.
So, wow.
Built the grill, every...
Really? So what year is the cab itself?
1939.
What's she sitting on, though?
Sitting on a 2000 Chevy Express van frame. The main reason was for the steering box sits straight up and down.
Oh, really? Perfect, right?
Yeah, it just, the width was right, and we got lucky.
Yeah, I would say. So then are you running the engine from that van?
Yeah, the whole drivetrain.
So you're all electronic and everything,
yep,
right?
Everything electronic.
Plug in an OBD and you know what's going on.
Right,
wow,
yeah.
That's really,
yeah.
All the comforts of home. I love the visor. That doesn't look like a stock visor, though.
No, that's the hood off the 2000 Chevy
Oh, really?
van.
It's a good use for it. I like that.
Yeah.
Then you louvered it?
Yeah.
But are these the original headlight buckets?
Yeah, they are, except for the little stainless.
The eyebrows, yeah. But I love the pedestal on them, and there's even a light under there, right?
Yep.
And the color combo's cool too. What are your colors?
Well, they call it a tangerine
and
a 56 Chevy ivory or...
yeah. It's cozy in here.
So I cut the floor out of the Chevy van, so I had the doghouse and everything. Originally, the Ford doghouse was actually bigger than that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, you had no room then.
No room.
A 40 Ford dash?
Yep.
Jeez. Now, I love this bed, too. This is really long. What's this off of?
It's off a 49 Chevy 1-ton single wheel.
That long?
9 feet. Yep.
Wow. These running boards look Chevy, too, are they?
Yep. Just shortened to fit the Ford fender, but the curve was just right, and new rear pop fenders. And
oh, are they steel?
yeah.
What are your wheels?
They're rocket spikes, they're called.
Looks, you know, they match up real nice.
Yeah, 17-inch.
Yeah,
Took an old skin off a Ford tailgate. I had an old pickup sitting there.
And what's your bumper? What'd you make that out of?
That is commercial hand railing.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, 245s welded together.
Wow, it's a 3-inch exhaust, 2.5? It's big.
Yeah, they're old drive shafts.
Man, you are a scavenger. You are a creative scavenger. 39 Ford COE on a late model Chevy van that looks just stunning. Jerry, that's a great piece of work.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun. Kool Deadwood Nites in South Dakota is a really nice show. And the Black Hills is not a bad place to hang out either. Check this one out.